All right, guys, so one thing that we use every single day that we're in any of our vehicles, but that I don't think we give enough love to, or we don't show enough, but we get questions about all the time, is our switch panel and which one we use, why we use the one that we do, and why it's so freaking awesome.
So we use SwitchPros, and we have actually never had an issue. I'm not a wiring guy, I hate wiring, and when I first found out about it and they first reached out to us, one of the first things that was amazing was that everything was built into one like little box panel thingy majigger. We'll have them explain it more, but there's no relays, right? There's no fuses. It wires directly to this unit, and it's just wire for wire. So you have the push button that wires directly to this, and that's it. It does everything else, and it even does like a self-diagnostic if there was to be an issue.
And what's extra awesome is they have these for every vehicle. So whether it's a side-by-side or a Jeep, any other off-roading vehicle, or it's our tow rig, the child.
What, you letting him mess you up? Are you letting him mess you up?
I did!
You need to be more professional, Brittany. You can't let that happen.
Or if we're talking about child support, our truck, they make this product and it works seamlessly with all of the different vehicles that we have.
Including, starting now, the Ultra 4 car. They're going to be partnering with us to get the Ultra 4 car that's a mess right now inside with switches I can't even reach.
Half of them don't even do anything.
Half of them don't do anything. And the other ones I can't even reach. The winch, I'm strapped in. I can't even, I'm like, I have to like undo my buckle just to get to the winch. So let's introduce the people who own this and came up with this.
Hi, I'm Laura Muter, and this is my husband Robert. And this is our family business.
This is it.
Made in the U.S. I'm intrigued by all of the switches on your Ultra 4 car because I'm guessing that every one of those switches has some little lame masking tape label.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That absolutely does not work.
So this is what we've been using in the Jeep for the past 2.5 years. And this over here is going to be more what we're going to use in the Ultra 4 and in Brittany's buggy, and possibly if I build my own like rock crawler buggy. But the reason why we would go to this 12 switch panel, because this is a little different than the 8 switch, right?
It is. So people will walk up and say, okay, tell me the difference between, okay, this system here is 8 switches, 8 circuits, 125 amp capacity, and it's fixed position. So your 20 amp circuits are always on switches 1 through 4. Your 35 amp circuits are always on switches 5 through 8. This one here is a game changer because it's totally configurable. So basically, first we'll talk about those masking tape labels. The touch panel comes blank. And why I say blank is because for you, we don't know what you're powering, where you want the position. So every one of our systems comes with 100 polycarbonate legends. So, you know, everything soup to nuts. And then we even have a handful of ones that create a whole bunch of humor.
I like the humor. I like the humor.
That's probably your
Sasquatch or something or whatever. Yeah.
There's an alien light, there's an exclamation mark, there may be some hand gestures, that kind of thing. The deal with this is it's 150 amp capacity. It is 12 physical switches, but 17 circuits. And people say, well, why do you give us only 12 switches? I know, when you told me we were developing that, I was like, but why?
But that doesn't make sense.
But 17 circuits. So this is why, because you don't have to waste switches. Right?
Exactly. So let's say you have a multifunction light and it has a high and a low, or it has 2 different colors. And so what you can do is actually assign those 2 circuits, let's say circuit 1 and circuit 13, because circuit 13 doesn't really have a switch theoretically, right? You put them on one switch, and with one touch you turn on option 1.
We can demonstrate. For example, the first press, we can have this light come on. Second press, we can switch over to another light, and then third press is off. But we also have the option to program for this to stay on. So first press, this one comes on, second press, this one comes on, but that one will stay on.
The other thing is about those LP6s and LP9s, you cannot have high and low on at the same time.
Correct, you'll burn it out.
So the way that you would program it using our system is touch 1 will turn on your lows, but then you go into the programming where you can actually lock out and you can say if one, not the other. Press 2 will automatically shut off that low, turn on the high.
Turn on the high.
Exactly, and then press 3 will turn it off. So all of that is, it's all built in here, and everybody wants to always look under here and say, where's the rest of it?
This is it.
This is
That's
it. Like that is literally the footprint of what this looks like.
That's what goes in your engine bay. That's it.
Yeah.
Or wherever you want to put it, but everything is built into this. There's no relays, there's no fuses, and it's self-diagnostic. So if something happens, it'll flash and it'll tell you, hey, It's this switch, it's this wire, this is where you have the issue. It's not like, oh crap, what's happening? And then on top of that, if you look at this, you have a cool little phone here. So this is Bluetooth.
It is,
Correct.
yeah. Every one of our systems has a Bluetooth transmitter inside the touch panel. And what will happen is this, since this is actually the brains, this will tell this where to send the messages by way of the output wires. So let's say you're away from your vehicle. And in this case, because we have ignition and start program, you can actually remote start your vehicle, or you can turn lights on from the campfire.
One big thing though, I forgot to put my cover on the Ultra 4 yesterday. It rained for 13 hours straight. What happens if I forget the cover and this are both sitting?
It's no problem
Nothing.
whatsoever.
Nothing.
No, IP67 rated.
Since these vehicles are open, there's another nice feature
This
built
one,
into
yeah.
that one where you can enter a 4-digit PIN.
Oh, because people
Time.
use this for ignition, right? So you'll have like ignition on, start button, and so somebody can't just come in and start it.
Start your rig.
So you can literally have a lockout.
Yeah. So you determine what the pin is, you set it, and then or you can also, as Robert indicated, you can put a time on it. And then that way, if you're using it for ignition and start, you don't have to worry about a hidden kill switch. You don't have to worry about somebody going like, oh, hey, I really dig Brittany's rig and I'm taking it out for a ride. You know what I mean? It won't happen. And then also remember our app, we always recommend that after you've done the initial setup, you password protect that. So there really is no way that someone is going to steal your rig.
This is taking switches to a whole new level.